guys, welcome back to the Laker family. And boy, what a way to start the NBA restart back off with another banger from the Lakers and the Clippers. Yes, I know this is kind of a late recap video, but I kind of wanted to wait and get the reactions from the different analysts and things of that nature. And that was entertaining as well to see a lot of the flip-flopping going on and, you know, people changing their picks on who they think is the best player in the league based off of one game. So that was funny, but still entertaining. And to say, you know, to be honest, that whole game was very entertaining to me, and it kept me on the edge of my seat. I was, you know, down some moments and then right back up, joyous. It was a roller coaster type of a game. To start the game off, as to be expected, there was a lot of sloppiness going on. Guys seeming like their legs were not underneath them yet, and you could tell by a lot of the turnovers that was going on, the missed shots, you know, a lot of shots coming up short. Kawhi Leonard, he started off like that, you know, a lot of his mid-range shots, and they was coming up short, and he looked like, you know, how he looked in the scrimmages, you know, kind of looking pathetic from shooting from the field. But he turned that around later on in the game, and he became a handful for us. Paul George as well. Paul George looked fresher than he has looked in probably like a year. He looked good out there, I must admit. But the player of the game to me was Anthony Davis. He was the best player on the floor the entire night. He didn't score enough in the fourth quarter that I would, as much as I liked him to do. But you know, the other guys started picking it up as well in the fourth quarter, as well as LeBron. So it wasn't as bad as what some of these analysts make it out to be. Like he just completely disappeared and wasn't a part of the game in the fourth quarter. He hit two big threes, I think it was late in the third quarter, to help us regain control, because the game started to slip away from us a little bit in that third quarter. We did a good job of controlling the majority of the game, but that third quarter is kind of where it tried to slip away from us. And Kawhi had it going in the third, Paul George, but Anthony Davis hit a couple of big threes. Kyle Kuzma was special tonight. Kyle Kuzma and Dionne Waiters, they were pleasant surprises. Dionne, they both played with supreme confidence. Dionne Waiters, I loved the swagger that he played with. He didn't shoot well from three, but he still shot good overall from the field, because he was taking guys off the bounce, and that's something that I told y'all that we needed without the services of Rajon Rondo, and that also kind of reared its ugly head at times, that we didn't have a second playmaker like Rondo to help out LeBron, and LeBron seemed to kind of get a little gassed at certain points of this game. Maybe that was because he had to take on so much of the playmaking duties, or you know, just trying to get his legs back because of the first game back to this restart. I don't know. But you can definitely tell that a second playmaker was severely missed at times in this game. Caruso, he started off shaky, and I was almost like, man, pull this guy out, pull him out. But I must admit, he pulled together a couple of hustle plays that either helped us stay in the game or helped us get the lead again. So even he didn't hang his head. I love that about him. He didn't hang his head. He just kept grinding, and eventually something came through for him. Caldwell Pope didn't have a particularly good game offensively. Danny Green, he didn't have a good game offensively. He did hit a couple of timely shots, but overall his offense wasn't there. Dwight Howard, it looked like he got kind of frustrated at some parts of this game, because the refs were calling a couple of ticky-tack fouls on him, but you can't let that you can't let the referees take you out of a game like that, Dwight. We need you to be mentally focused and strong and just keep your head in the game. You're very valuable to the team because our advantage, especially against most teams, is our size down low. But with you picking up quick fouls and getting into it with the refs, that starts to take away our advantages. Yeah, man, I love the way our two stars, they took they grabbed the bull by the horn. They took charge, and the rest of our team followed suit. LeBron, even though he didn't have a great shooting night, 6 of 19 from the field, 16 points, 11 rebounds, I think it was 6 or 7 assists. I loved his control of the game. The way he kept getting guys involved. He had some nice Magic Johnson-esque looking type passes. Like I said, he did look gassed at times offensively. And you have to give credit to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George too, because they are very great. They're probably the best two-way players in the league. So that's going to give LeBron James problems at times. But when it push came to shove, especially in crunch time, LeBron James stepped up and showed who was boss. He said, "Nope, I'm not having none of this no more." He took the challenge of guarding Kawhi Leonard and even Paul George whenever he had to at crucial spots. And even at the end of the game, where the Clippers had to have a bucket, Kawhi Leonard had a crack at it, and on the same play, Paul George had a crack at it, and they both were single-handedly guarded by LeBron James and completely nullified, stopped in their tracks. So at 35 years old, LeBron James still has the capability of being a lockdown defender when he chooses to be. He gets ridiculed a lot for his defensive effort. I have ridiculed him at times for his lack of defensive want-to, but he showed us that he's capable, and so you can't really expect a 35-year-old to sustain that level of defensive intensity for a full game, especially when he has so many responsibilities on the offensive end. So I give him major props for stepping up in crunch time like that. But I'm loving overall what I see. There's a lot of excuses, people crying, Clipper fans crying, a lot of analysts who are pro Clippers, they're crying about they didn't have Lou Will or they didn't have Montrez. To be honest with you, we don't want to hear the excuses. Nobody cries for us when we're down people. You know what I'm saying? We're missing Avery Bradley, Rajon Rondo. Those are very key components to our team, and you got to get out there and play. No excuses. You got to roll with whoever you got. You know, so nobody's going to want to hear us crying if somebody on our team is injured, this, that, and third. We don't want to hear y'all crying when y'all don't have somebody. It is what it is. That who fault was that? That was Lou Williams' fault. That he's not in the bubble or got getting suspended or whatnot. That was his fault, not the Lakers' fault. So we went in there, we did what we were supposed to do, and we really controlled the game for the most part. So what I want to see moving forward is less sloppiness, less turnovers, and our three-point shooting has to get better. We started off the regular season with porous three-point shooting. We kind of picked it up towards the end of the stoppage, but now it's looked like we're kind of back to square one with our three-point shooting. That is going to be a major factor going forward, and it's going to make our games harder, tougher, or easier. It's just that simple, whether we make or miss those threes. So let's do better. The only person that really did great from three was Kyle Kuzma. So come on, Lakers, let's get in the gym, get our legs back under us, and get that three-point shooting back under control. But that's all I have for today. Thank you guys. I'll see y'all next time on the Lakers recap. And join the Lakers family. Don't forget that either. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.